Where Aquarius, once we get into that in that game number 2, it's different. It's scrappy. Like, dude, blocking spawns on Aquarius isn't always what it seems to be. How many times have you been on, like, there's no way they're spawning red. There's no way they're spawning red. It's like, bro, they just spawned red.
And right off the rip, we're seeing just 3 down for Centennials on this forbidden CTF. And why not? Just getting our feet into this lobby right now. We're on Coach's point of view. That flag is taken. Sprinting with it was Hydra, so trying to do some fancy movement, but just gets taken out right there. Double kill by Diode. Right there, we can just see both teams being eager to play today. And yeah, thank you for keeping the lobby warm, keeping the microphone ready for us to get in here today. But what do you see, Wina? What are you feeling just right off the rip?
I love the way Diode really prioritized keeping his snipe HUD control. Obviously, maybe overheated a bit and pushed into 2 players over towards the opponent's main. But being fighting from your HUD control is going to be really important, because you know that when your opponent has control of your HUD, it's going to be really tough to get him out of that position. It's going to be really tough to get that kill. They're going to be able to stay alive a lot. And then once you get control of that, you're going to run the flag through that area. So I like the fact he was fighting through that side of the map, trying to make something happen. Meanwhile, Coach Cody puts the clipboard down and the snipe into the heads of the opposition. Okay, Cody, I see you, baby.
Right there, Turbo Sniper is just trying to get that flag touched for his team, but gets taken out in the process. 3 members of Loud Whine are trying to contest, get that flag inching towards their base. Coach is still just trying to shoot the enemy in the back, but Hawkner 117 is just juggling. They should be able to get this flag in because there are no enemies looking and ready to get the shots. First cap, 1-0 in favor of Loud Whine right now, and Hydrosoul is already touching the next flag. But Centennials, right off the respawn, come in and just deny any advancement on that blue flag.
One thing I'm gonna notice, I'm gonna be a little hard on my man Hawkner, because I know him for a while. He's on that mouse and keyboard grind. I used to play with him a lot back in season 1, season 2, and still he jumps on once in a while, but he looks a little rusty when running that flag. Like, I feel like the run and the sprints and the throw of the flag wasn't exactly as fluid as you'd wanted to see it, especially when you're talking about mouse and keyboard. Like, you can really get some oomph on that flag when you're throwing it. So watch out for Hawkner. I've noticed that. There we go. So now we're starting to get some distance on. Now he's starting to get a little warmed up. I was gonna say, he doesn't grind as much as he used to. Like, he only jumps on for like tournaments and maybe league matches right now. So it's gonna take him a little bit to get comfortable. But once he does, he's going to be like a real threat on the map, especially with the advantages that mouse and keyboard has, and some disadvantages obviously at that.
Yeah, and fade away with their sniper, just trying to get a no-scope, and does onto Riznak. 3 down for Centennials right there. And I do believe Fadeaway doesn't just have his sniper, I think has the enemy sniper, if I'm not mistaken. And is running across the plasmas, does not drop the flag, which is a common mistake we honestly do see in the Halo Rec League. But right now, slowly but surely, where there's a will, there's a way, but gets taken out at that last flag stand. But teammate Turbo Snipe comes in with the curb slide and gets that flag in. 2-0 right now in favor of Loud Whine.
I'm surprised with how slow Centennials are to respond. And actually, I think we might have the names reversed. I think if I remember correctly, or maybe the colors are throwing me off. I apologize, but either way, I'm surprised at how Centennials, or I guess Loud Whine, the blue team, were a little bit slow to react on that flag cap. It was obviously the flag goes in, but Centennials were 3 down, and you have to take advantage of that. When the enemy team is 3 down, you have to be in there, especially fresh off of that flag cap. You need to be counter pulling that, even if you don't hard commit to it, because you have to deal with the spawning players. That flag should have been out. It should have been kind of being worked on a bit there. So a little surprised we saw them being a little bit slow on that, especially when you're down 0-2. At some point, you have to stop letting the game come to you, and you need to start making action. You need to start forcing some action. Something has to change here for the boys in blue.
Yeah, and Right now, we saw a flag get pulled, but Riznak was on that return. Didn't really get to see the slays that led to that return. For a second, I kind of panicked and I was like, wait. A flag's being pulled. Let's make sure we saw what happened. But right now, it's a little bit of a stalemate on the map. Not really getting to see too much of the action. It's that caster's curse, but right now we are finally able to see two members of the blue team, Centennials, go up against Loud Whine, and both teams just a little uncomfortable here. Hockner gets taken out by Riznak. Riznak gets a touch of that enemy flag, but gets taken out, and it just feels like both teams aren't really getting that foothold they desire.
What's crazy to me is that Centennials are the ones that are 2-0 as far as this league goes. Loud Whine 0-2 at the moment, haven't gotten a single win as far as series go, but right now they're the ones that are up 2-0 in this Forbidden Flag and one game away from putting that game number 1 on the board. Love that fight, love that grit. We talk about passion in going into year 4 of the HCS and going. Now, obviously, it's nothing but the passionate players and trying to improve, and looks like it is paying off for the squad. Loud Whine right now, one cap away from taking this game number 1 against a team who's undefeated so far this season. Is crazy to see, but Coach Cody wants to eventually clean that shot up. Was able to take down the sniper player, but took so long, allowed another player to get involved and get the cleanup kill really quickly.
Yeah, just Centennial's doing a good job of not giving in just yet. I know that they've been kind of on the back foot here as two members were down. Now it is a 3v4 on the map. Loud Whine drop one member with Hockner trying to get a slay with that BR, and does. You can definitely see that M&K right there. But Nursing Dr. Love just trying to just be a pest, but gets taken out a little too easily. And now Hydroso has control of the top mid. With the Dragon Bandit, does not need it, gets teammate to come in with the snipe. Riznak trying to get that read, but Hydroso with the assist and the help of a teammate clears that flag from being fully returned.
Wow.
But Centennials say, hey, let's just go up here and get control of the top mid. That flag is not a danger to us.
I think we just saw a little bit why Sentinels are 2-0 so far in this league, and we saw the double push out of them right up that main ramp and forcing the enemy team out of their side of the map, but also pushing together allows them to get that kill as fast as possible and fight for that map control. If they continue to play in twos and that 3-1 split, eventually, no matter how good your offense is, it's going to be tough to deal with two bandits focus fired on you, and now you're seeing the damage that Nursing Love is starting to put down. Might be 7 and 14, but the level of damage that they're putting down is real, and I'm seeing more mouse and keyboard action. You know we love that, as Coach Cody now has an overshield, and although Hydrazo had the angle, they're able to deal with them quickly. Hockner does get a huge cleanup kill, and I mean huge, because if he doesn't, that flag ends up going home. He's gonna go early in for the return. He gets it.
Yeah, those rees, that last flag is just being pulled a little too quickly by Loud Whine, allowing Centennials to, like you said, those 8 and 15 or 8 and 16 score lines don't really matter when you're just being an effective presence on the map. Right now we're seeing Turbo and Coach Cody go at it with Turbo somehow coming out of that situation the victor. I for sure thought Turbo was dead to rights, but somehow jiggles their way out of that. The Diode is able to come in, picks up the sniper rifle, and is immediately looking across the map. Gets a body shot. Doesn't get cleaned up though. Misses that headshot. And two members of Loud Whine are trapped in back base while Centennials have a little bit of a nice hold here. It's just not enough with those sniper shots missing, but the grenade hits and the body shot ends up making the opponent challenge. Just a glorious, glorious stand, but it's just not enough. Probably would have wanted to do more with those power items in hand. But right there, Hydroso with the sniper. We're just seeing a lot of snipers being utilized, being utilized on this map. 2 snipes and it being a CTF. Those power items are crucial. Look for Riznak to have an impact in the flow of this match with this OS.
I feel like this OS was really started by Dai. It was like it happened a long time ago where Dai was able to grab that sniper, and I saw how quick he pushes right through the main and tries to support his teammates who were creating some offense onto the side of Loud Whine. Eventually, his teammates end up going down, and he kind of stayed forward. It kind of worried me a little bit, but he was hitting no scopes. He was hitting shots, and because of that, really bought so much time for his teammates to be able to come off a spawn and eventually get back that control they once had, and because of that, they get overshielded. So little plays like that, playing for your teammates, playing an unselfish version of Halo may not seem like it has like an impact, but eventually it turns to an overshield. Eventually it turns into a flagpole, and now Riz starting to curve slide and misses it just a bit. You forgot the flag, young man. You can't forget that. And you allow Fadeaway to get a huge double kill, and you just gone 3 down. And I was just complimenting how well they played in order to get this flagpole, but it means absolutely nothing as Hydrazo and the crew are right back on that return and up 2-0 with just 47 seconds left. That is heartbreaking.
Yeah, that is such a tough flag to give up. And in CTFs like Argyle and Tyrion specifically, it just feels like, alongside Forbidden, excuse me, it just feels like there are opportunities that you can't let go of, and that was one that haunt them, maybe even in the momentum of the series. Right now we see Nursing Dr. Love. Bit of a mouthful with that tag, but nevertheless another creative, amazing HRL tag that I love pronouncing. The point is right there, we saw them get a slay and almost challenge that top mid with authority for that overshield. But with that, gets taken out. Maybe wanted to slay, but could have backed off from that engagement right there. We see Coach taking out fadeaway at the P2, trying to hold the top mid. I feel like that's kind of been the key for both teams here. It's just whichever team is holding P2 to car 3 is in the driver's seat here. But slowly but surely, we're just seeing that lead kind of extend for Loud Whine. It felt like a second ago I was watching that scoreboard and we were at 20 or the 9 kills, and now we're at 17 to 31, and just right there, fadeaway with the double kill, 15, 1 and 2. This is Swiss cheese to fadeaway right there.
I mean, you talked about already. You know, controlling that top peak, controlling that top car side is going to be so important. Like, a lot of people don't like to compare Halo Infinite or the later Halos to like the older Halo 3s, but what was important in a lot of the maps on Halo 3, controlling top mid. It's very similar here in Halo Infinite. Top car and top P, controlling the top perimeter, having the mid side of the map, so this way you can put damage on any fight that's going down, having that height advantage, just having that overall control. Very similar to how it was back in Halo 3, and that kind of strategy definitely does pay dividends here at Halo Infinite, especially on a map like Aquarius. So there's a great, astute call out by you to notice that that top P control is what both teams are going to be fighting for.
Yeah, and thank you. You're giving me compliments. I'm starting to give compliments to the chef because I'm smelling something on the grill right now. Can Centennials push out of it, fight out of getting steak-tacular? Don't even, well, now that I mentioned it, I feel like we're not going to get it, but right there we see Loud Whine drop 2 members. Centennials are still up with their full team intact. Right there, 1 pick. That goes down 3, 4, and 10. That is a tough scoreline. Hawkner trying to stay alive at P1. Gets damage onto the enemy, who mantles up to P2. And with the spotter, mark assist, and the kill assist, getting the full assist credit right there. Even hear the call out through the Discord call. Right there, just a nice live by Hydroso in the yellow fridge. Switching to Coach Cody's POV, and Turbo Snipe gets taken out by teammates there. And right there, it's just a lot of bait and switching, but it feels like Centennials are kind of just saying, hey, next map. And even though the chef turned off the stove or the grill or whichever is your preferred method of cooking a steak, sous vide even, 44-32 is the score with 5 minutes left here.
I mean, come on, it's 10 p.m. Eastern, so that's when some of the bars, they might still be serving drinks, but that grill is turned off. We ain't gonna see no steak-tacular being served here on Bar Aquarius. What we will see is a 44-32 lead here by Loud Whine at the moment. They have been absolutely dominating, and it's exciting to see a team who start off the season 0-2, not give up. And look at the output that you're seeing. We talked about fadeaway earlier, but I also want to give a shout out to Hydrazo. 16-8 out of fadeaway, 16-4 out of Hydrazo, combining for 32 kills. And that's not even talking about the 14 assists, making 15 assists that they've contributed to on the map. It is quite impressive. This duo right now is absolutely doing things, and 1 kill away from taking game number 2 right now. And the question doesn't become who's gonna win, but really who's gonna get that final kill.
Yeah, right there, Coach Cody trying to throw nades into the blue base. Gets 1 more pick before getting taken out.
Smaller and more snowballing, and with the way that Loud Whine have been playing so far, with that aggressiveness, with that damage, with just everything going their way. On a map like Interference, this is a map that doesn't go, you know, 249 to 250. This is a map that's 250 to 50. That's 250 to 70 because of how snowbally it is. When it rains, it pours. And if Loud Whine continue to play the way they are, getting their kills, Centennials legitimately have no chance.
And right there, we see the OS fall, oh, no, almost fall off the map. We see Riznak grab that OS, and we see the first mistake of what could be many from Loud Whine. But as I say that, I'm looking at the scoreboard and I see 32, 33, 34. Loud Whine, even though they surrendered the most important power item on the map, have gotten a 30-second lead to start this strongholds off. Centennials flip that B point with that overshield. Hydraso with the 1v1 with Diode. gets taken out. 11, 12, 13. Like I say, it just keeps ticking, ticking, ticking. Centennials getting the foothold that I wanted to see from them. Just off that OS, just the greater effect that OS have. Diode working their way, trying to see if that thrust is up or if anything can be done at the opposition as Loud Whine flip that B point and start scoring for the blue team. 2 down for Centennials. This could be 3 down for Centennials, but 2 down for Loud Whine off screen. Diode doing a great job of staying up. 1v1 against Turbo Snipe, long range, fadeaway comes in, double kill. That is an impressive double kill from Die after seeing fadeaway go down, who is a little bit quiet by their standards. 4-2-2 to start off. Saying that's quiet is crazy, but from what we've seen is definitely the case.
I mean, we got to talk about Dai's life right here, and the man just won't die right now, which is crazy. He had the responsibility of watching the tower side on their A-B setup and noticed that his defenses were starting to get collapsed on and the B side was getting attacked. Well, he fought his way from the tower side over towards the nest side, cleared that out with a double kill, captured B, and then got right back to doing what he did. Dai may only be 3-2 right now, but the impact that he's had on this map is huge, and a large reason why this game is close is because of the plays we just saw him make right there. Might be taking the lead, but again, from the tower to the nest side, literally doing it all on that defense and offensive push.
Yeah, and off the note, I'm just looking at the life of fadeaway right there. Able to stay up. Loud Whine are just trapping the members. Centennials are trapping the members of Loud Whine. Just the open area of that C spawn. 3 members of Centennials group up together off their bunker spawn to push both A and B. They split off. 1 member is trying to grab the A point, gets taken out, and because they all decided to go their separate ways, they don't get anything in return. 3 down for Centennials. What I thought was going to be a massive, massive push by Centennials does not go their way just because of little error in communication or coordination. That camo is up in, or that overshield is up in 20 seconds. It's gonna have a massive impact in this game. Turbo Sniper trying to not get average right now. It's a nice double kill, a triple kill, even first triple kill of the stream. Oh, Turbo Snipe knows that they're getting showcased today with the 360 right there. That's some good attitude right there. Trying to find Coach's head, and does.
Dude, correct me if I'm wrong, Queso. Did Turbo Snipe, wasn't he one shot in like this very same spot over towards his bottom tower side, rips a double, does that active listening to be able to know where the third player is, plays for the triple? My man just made an absolute play. Did Turbo Sniper from this Loud Whine roster, and because of that, Bravo and Charlie in firm hands of Loud Whine. Hawkner, ain't no GAs around here, but the only GA we know is Georgia, Queso. That's all I'm gonna say. The only GA we know is Georgia. The heat wave is out, and Hawkner's cooking with it.
And right there, it is just interesting in seeing the rhythm of the game as Hawkner gets taken out. Like your point earlier, it's not necessarily a 249 to 250 game, but right now you're seeing not as much of a snowball. Triple kill with 2 kills. Oh! Overkill right there with the extermination on stream. Hydraso with some nice movement and some active listening, like you were saying, to just know where the enemies were off the information given by the teammates. Coach Cody trying to contest C point, gets the back smack off that extermination. Everybody's waking up right now. I was hoping that Loud Whine would do more with having 4 members wiped in such quick fashion, but right now Centennials are just being pests on the point and making a game that could have quickly gone out of hand into some semblance of control. Centennials now all of a sudden have map control after an exterm. It's not what you usually see, but in the Halo Rec League, you can just take mistakes that are given and, like you say, run a mile. If they give you an inch, you take the mile. The OS is up in 3 seconds, and look for that impact.
We've seen a big triple so far. We've seen a big triple so far. We've seen a big overkill. And still, like you kind of alluded to, only a 148 to 115 advantage right now for Loud Whine, which can turn to a lot more now that Triple Snipe was able to grab a hold of this overshield. But look how quickly it is melted, and Charlie's going to stay in the hands of Centennials. They end up taking C, they end up going after Alpha, and although Loud Whine are going to take it back, they're not scoring right now. Sentinels have time to come off a spawn and get into some offense. That is why Turbo Sniper and Loud Whine are trying to take advantage, trying to push in forward. The triple trying to make them pay. They want to get some value out of these kills.
Yeah, and right there, Hydra just acknowledging the importance of anchoring the enemy spawn at bunker. Gets one pick. That's going to be another like 20 seconds before Centennials can even do something if they don't get picked. Dr. Love, out of nowhere, gets one slay, and the team gets slays off screen. We saw 3 down for Loud Whine. Look for Centennials to make something happen. Like I keep saying, I want to see Loud Whine take advantage of a certain scenario, but they just don't. Centennials are the definition of a pest, with Coach Cody playing very responsibly right now and not getting averaged from 2 people at T1 that he was able to make Abso, Hydraso, and Fadeaway. 2 amazing players having a hard time. Needed a third to take out Coach, and look at that score. It's been eviscerated, and even though Loud Whine are here to flip that B point to maybe make a push for the 200-point mark, Centennials definitely made them worry and made them work for that.
190 avoid the 142 lead. Loud Whine still trying to hold on to Bravo and Charlie. And we're seeing the long range shots looking pretty good from Dr. Love. Dane and Lovewood going down toward that nest side. They need Bravo. They need something right now. And right now, Hydrazo wanted to stay on the map. I wonder if that overshield fell off with them. It was close.
It fell off.
It almost like hung on the ledge of sewers, which would have been bad. But honestly, I'm not mad at that. If you're gonna fall, if you're gonna die, make sure that overshield's out the map. Don't allow the enemy team any extra resources that they did not earn. So I like the heads up play to make sure that goes off the map.
Yeah, and we saw 220 points being hit for Loud Whine. But Centennials again just being a pest at that top nest, having teammates come in. Diode was just dead to rights right there. We saw Coach and company come in, and now Loud Whine are just struggling to close this game out. It feels like Centennials have the momentum in the later stages of this match, but Diode gets taken out. 3v3 on the map. Next goal is crucial. Coach gets taken out at that white. Double kill for Hawkner. It looks like Loud Whine will be able to make Centennial spawn at C. The zones flip. And right now, all Loud Whine needs to close out this series in 3-0 authoritative fashion would be to hold this. But Riznak doing a great job at that BR, flipping that A point, catches the enemy off guard. And right there, the C point is going to continue to be flipped. That is constant rotations from both teams. No one able to come out on top right now, with Loud Whine going down 2, but Centennials not able to prioritize anything on the map except some slays so that they can move forward for that B point. Trying to secure that C point. Fadeaway trying to stay alive. Teammate comes in rushing. Coach gets taken out. D point flips with OS now looking to challenge and takes the enemy out.
They waited just a little bit too long to throw that sticky grenade. If he throws it a little bit earlier, he ends up getting the stick onto the overshield player and is able to make a play through that. But now Centennial's new life being shown as they hold on to both Bravo and Charlie, and Dai knows his responsibilities to watch the yellow corner side. But notice how the damage is coming in early, forcing him to reposition, but also leave a lane a bit open. He tries to double back to take down Hawkner, but Hawkner will not be denied from that push. It is a lead in favor of Loud Whine, but right now they have stopped scoring. They need to make something happen here. Bravo and Charlie still being held. Hawkner's gonna try to make a bit of a solo play, but Riz already has damage down, but his team ends up going 3 down in the process. So now Fadeaway We're so close to taking Charlie. Hydrazo should be there to get the cleanup. Alpha just switches hands, but Bravo and Charlie are back in the hands of Loud Whine, and Turbo Sniper ends up going down, but Hawkner is there so quick. Alpha not quite taken just yet as Centennials somehow gain control.
Yeah, and just out of nowhere, this has become so tense with both teams. I feel like getting a little tense in this moment. That 1v1 going into favor of Loud Whine. Centennials was playing a little aggressive, maybe pushing that W key a little too much. Didn't get the first shot, and right there, that one slay